Ted Cruz was talking at the National Instruments Corporation in Austin, Texas, and at one point he wanted to shepherd out the media, get rid of them, and so he decided to tell a little joke at that point. He says that as the press was ushered out of the room at the beginning of the event, Cruz said, "I promise that while y'all are out, I'll try not to give any really juicy piece of crazy news." And then he added, "I am secretly a citizen of Ethiopia." I'm secretly black. Isn't that funny? No, that's not funny. Why didn't he say Peru or France or Russia or something like that? He could have chosen any country. He has to choose one of the most, at least in America, one of the most recognizable African states. Yeah, it's really funny that you could be secretly black. And the reason that it's so horrible is not just the sort of racial undertones to it or even overtones. It's the way that it references the double standard that is obviously in play in terms of how people view his eligibility to be a presidential candidate and how they viewed Obama's. Now, we understand on the left that it was entirely racially based, the opposition to Obama. I mean, the fact that nobody had a problem with John McCain when he wasn't born in America, the fact that they don't have a problem with Ted Cruz, which we're going to talk about in a future story, it's racially based, and so it is so irresponsible to joke about it, to say it's perfectly fine to oppose somebody if they were from Ethiopia. Whew, thank God I'm from Canada, so that's not the case. Look, the reason I'm bringing this up is not because I don't think he should be able to run for president. I honestly don't care where someone was born. If they're an American, which Ted Cruz is, which Obama is, I think they should be able to run for president. And so even if he is born in Canada, which he is, we've seen his birth certificate, I don't really care. I think that the definition of naturalized citizen is kind of vague and you can define it in different ways. So that doesn't really bother me. But I don't like the joking, playing up to the birther crowd when you yourself should be opposed by them in the same way that they opposed Obama. I think that that's pretty irresponsible. It's not the worst thing Ted Cruz has done recently, but I oppose it.